Thank you for tuning into sports. I'm Harry Loomis. The women's tennis team is off to a great start on the year, starting at 6-2. Go Griffins has sent us a package from the recent match against Harding.
But I'm super proud, like honestly, I don't know, like everybody performed super well. Like yeah, we lost the doubles point, but we didn't let that get to us.
So that was, honestly, I wasn't like super happy because we kind of started a bit afraid. But you know, they kind of made a change. And I always tell them, focus on yourself and control what you can control. Don't focus on your opponent or anything else. And I think we are starting to see the results in doing that.
Everyone is like putting the effort. It doesn't really matter how the team is doing. Everyone is putting their energy in their match. So that helps everyone do better.
Yeah, collectively.
Collectively, and at the end, like it all adds up. But you need to know that individually, you need to work your way there, and then the rest is gonna come with the team.
And tennis hosts Fort Hays and Nebraska Kearney this weekend. Now, this is opening weekend for MLB, and I know I'm looking forward to getting the season underway. And with me is Reed Gregory, who must be happy after his Kansas City Royals won 14-10 yesterday.
Absolutely, Harry. Nothing better on opening day than a good old-fashioned slugfest, this time against the Texas Rangers, and I could not be more excited to see the game yesterday.
I know I speak from experience as a Cardinals fan. I do enjoy a good slugfest to beat the Texas Rangers.
I bet you do.
So you're coming off a 26-34 season, second year under Mike Matheny. There's a lot of talk that the Royals could be a surprise team in the AL. Do you think that can come to fruition this year?
Most definitely. I think they're going to be a very sneaky team. Now, I don't think they're going to be in playoff contention by any means. They could possibly sneak into a wild card spot. But I know with a lot of the really hidden free agent signings, Carlos Santana was a big one. The trade for Andrew Benintendi, Michael A. Taylor. There's a lot of really hidden gems. I think they picked up a lot, and I think they're going to be really slept on this year from everyone around the league.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you. I really love to see the Royals make the playoffs. It's going to be good for baseball, going to be good for the state of Missouri. It's just, I think they're really a victim of their own division because the Twins are a perennial 100-win ball team lately. The White Sox might be the most exciting team in all baseball. Mm-hmm. But if they can make the steps, maybe get to 80, 85 wins, then they're in really good shape to make a run later on.
Yes, absolutely. Just like you said, I know the White Sox, very, very power heavy. Same with the Twins, I know, and they both have better pitching than the Royals do. Mm-hmm. I know pitching hasn't been the strong suit for the Royals, almost it seems like since the Zach Greinke era. Right. If that's something I feel like they could acquire at the deadline or something they could maybe pick up this offseason, I feel like in the next coming years they could be a threat.
I feel like it's kind of a wait and see approach to see like just how you're starting off the season. If you got some room, you're within striking distance,
Absolutely.
Why not go for it?
Absolutely.
And as for the Cardinals, they came off a 11-6 win against the Cincinnati Reds yesterday. Wild first inning. We thought Paul Goldschmidt went deep, second at bat of the season, hit the top of the wall, it was a double, and then it was kind of an awkward inning, awkward base hit, hit by pitch, and then Dylan Carlson, big rookie prospect for the Cardinals, went deep for a 3-run home run, so that kind of just set the tone for the season.
Absolutely, kind of dropping the hammer. I've got to ask you as a Cardinals fan, how exciting was it to see Arenado make his debut in that Cardinals?
I can't put into words how exciting it was. Brad Thompson, the color commentator, was kind of hinting on it. It just felt natural, There's been so much talk about him coming to the Cardinals lately, and just seeing that 28 Arenado with the birds on the bat in the front, it just looked right. And went 2 for 5, but was hitting the ball well. Got robbed on a line out in one play. I really like what I'm going to see, and his hitting is the worst part of his game. He's an unbelievable third baseman. Can't wait to have him here for a couple years.
I can't agree more.
So now let's get into some predictions. So we'll go Cy Youngs, MVPs, and World Series. So who are you going to go with for the Cy Young race?
Cy Young, AL or NL?
We'll go both. Let's start with AL.
It's very hard to not pick Jacob deGrom for the NL. Reigning Cy Young champ before. He always has lights out stuff every year. Coming out with the AL, I would love to see someone like a Giolito pick it up. He threw a no-hitter last year, was really strong in that shortened season. Someone else who might be a little bit slept on in the AL, I know Yu Darvish made a departure and went on to the Padres. I would love to see someone come back, maybe a Verlander, maybe someone a little bit older coming back in and just making his name even more staple, adding more to that Hall of Fame candidacy.
Right, it really solidified his Hall of Fame candidacy with that Cy Young a couple years ago. I'd love to see Verlander come back. He's just an unbelievable competitor, one of the best pitchers I've ever gotten to see in my time. AL, I think he got to go. I think the front runner has to be Garrett Cole. He's got that 9-year contract, $324 million in playing for the Yankees. I think the Yankees are going to be super good this year. They're going to win a lot of games, and I think he's just going to kind of carry the weight like he did in Houston, where he really broke out.
Absolutely.
And in the NL, another team that's going to break out and win a lot of games is the Dodgers. They're just coming off a World Series. They're the Dodgers, so they're the best team in baseball on paper by a mile. And I'm actually going to go with Walker Buehler getting the Cy Young. He was fantastic in the playoffs. Young pitcher, a lot of potential. I think he gets it done. What about your MVPs?
MVP, it's really hard in the AL not to like put Mike Trout up there every year. Always been in the top 5, I want to say, every single year he's played the game.
Right.
I would love to see Mike Trout get it again. I was kind of surprised he didn't get it last year, even with the shortened season, missing some time. I think, having a child kind of played some effect on that. Would love to see Mike Trout get it in the AL. For the NL, I'd like to see Mookie Betts get it. Just like you said, the Dodgers are going to be swinging heavy this year, coming off that World Series championship last year on a shortened season. Love to see Mookie reclaim it in the NL, and I'd love to see Trout get it in the AL.
Yeah, I think Trout's obviously the front runner in the AL, and he'd be more than deserving to get a 4th MVP in the span of 8 years. But you got to look at guys like Tim Anderson, Matt Chapman, both good, really good players on really good teams that have potential this year. I don't think it's a runaway. I think Trout is a front runner, obviously, but he's not going to be. He's not just going to walk there. For the NL, I'm going to go with Juan Soto.
Okay.
I think he's going to be the next best hitter in baseball once Mike Trout kind of slows down, if he ever slows down, let's be honest.
If he ever does.
But the NL East is going to be really tight, and I think if the Nationals can pull it out, even get a wild card spot, that's going to look really good for Juan Soto because he's just, ever since he was 19 years old, he's just been 900 OPS type player. So I expect nothing less this year.
On fire.
World Series, who you got?
World Series. It probably won't happen. I would love to see a showdown between the Padres and the White Sox. I think that would be the most youthful and exciting and heavy-hitting World Series the world would see in quite a while and has seen in quite a while. I would love to see Padres-White Sox, and I would love to see the Padres bring one home.
I would love to see that too. I've always been a fan of the Padres. Love Tony Gwynn. When I was a kid, loved hearing stories about him. I'd love to see San Diego finally get that World Series. I'm going to go with Braves and Yankees. Braves probably should have made it last year. They blew that 3-1 lead in the playoffs. I'm going to go Braves in 6. That's my World Series prediction.
Sounds good.
So we'll look forward to that happening this season. Hopefully we look pretty good and get some of these right.
Absolutely.
So we're going to wrap it up there. So that's it for sports. We'll wrap up the show after this.